Alrighty, this is going to be part 28 of Persona 5 The Royal. Alright, and yep, I'm where I'm supposed to be. This is going to be a lot of story, I imagine, so I'm going to mostly leave the mic off once the boss is dead. That way I don't get all echoey feedback junk. Alright. Ryuji says, hey, what's that thing? Futaba says, a UFO. Anyway, the PA system says the SS Utopia will soon enter launch. After retrieval of the main core, the launch sequence will commence. Makoto says, so this is what that was about. Haru says, father did say he was going to ascend into the political world. Yusuke says, so even his company is a stepping stone, he'll discard this place for a utopia. Ryuji says, wait up, if he gets out of here, we're not going to be able to make him tell us about the shutdowns. Futaba says, you're right, we gotta hurry. I think we can go in further now. Alright, let me put that there so I can see the map. Perfect.
That's it! That's the treasure! What?
Emergency launch sequence will soon be activated. Certain areas may be shut off or destroyed. I repeat, emergency launch sequence will soon be activated. All personnel is advised to evacuate immediately to a safe area of the facility.
What in the world?
There is no time to deal with this. I must be making my exit. You can all stand and watch in despair as you go down in space. Your destruction is imminent.
There's no time. Over here! Damn it. Huh? This way! This has to be a joke.
What did you say?
We don't have time to fight 3 whole enemies. What do we do?
Persona!
Nice! Joker took one out! Joker, just as well done! We got him, but we don't want to waste too much time.
Okay. We clear.
There's 4 enemies. We should probably just run.
Loser. Let's go. Tsunagi no Okami Bigro! By the myriad truths.
We don't have time to fight 3 whole enemies. What do we do? What was I doing?
Persona! All will be revealed!
We got him, but we don't want to waste too much time.
Okay.
Huh? That was a little...
Treasure chest spotted! Let's open it! The hell?
Hold on. Wait, Joker.
I love that the dialogue was like, we don't have any time. And they're just sitting there talking. I'm like, shut the fuck up then. We don't have any time, then don't talk. Jesus.
Hey, wait up!
There!
Well, looks like we caught up to you, Mr. CEO.
I'm sorry. I've had a change of heart. I'll prove it.
Father.
Haru, you were always so agreeable. Whether it was in school or after, you only ever did as I said. You've become so admirable.
What's gotten into him?
Ah, yes. Do you remember, Haru? You cried your eyes out when my work kept me from attending your first sports day. It was then that you stopped talking back to me. Honestly, you had me worried. Still, you stood up against me and became an independent young woman. Nothing could make a father happier than seeing that.
You still remember something that happened so long ago? Back then, you poured your heart into making delicious food. You wanted to bring joy to others. Why did you change?
Forgive me, Haru, but I would never last if my treasure was stolen. Please, don't do it. I'm begging you.
Father, let's end it here.
Ah, Haru. You foolish girl.
What?
Overcome failure at any cost, even if it means betraying others. That is our family motto. The cold reality of kicking people down is part of business. Virtues and sentiments are for losers. What happiness can be found in acting with justice but losing the battle?
What happiness can be found through profit, gained by crushing the hearts of others?
Better that than fail. I'd much rather destroy others than wallow in the misery of debt. Regardless, I shall soon set sail into the political realm. To the upper echelons of the world. To Utopia. My name shall be etched in the annals of history. Make your decision, Haru. If you cast them away, I'll let you join me on this ship. Stay and you will be incinerated along with this entire base. Now then, what is your choice? You fool.
Noir!
What about you there? Don't you want to get out of here alive? Want to board my ship? You're fighting against the others, are you not?
So you were spying on us.
You'll gain nothing by staying with them. That's what you believe, isn't it? You are absolutely right. Sell them out. Cut them off for your own personal gain. I'll even give you the switch once we take off. So, do we have a deal? I'll give you 10 seconds. Time is money, after all.
Don't take me for such a fool. Everything's gains and losses for you, isn't it? I pity you, Mr. CEO. You lived with Haru for 17 years and you still haven't realized? In this world, there are tons of things that money and fame can't buy. What point would there be in only saving myself? Nobody could replace these guys, period. You know what that means? Your offer was a no-go from the start!
What?
Whoa, it hit! Ha, way to go, me! Wowza! You're so cool, Mona!
You stole the show, man!
Father.
So much for the negotiation. You rebels. There is time before launch. I will crush you all!
Very well, then.
Bring it!
You little... You won't get out alive! This is the power of Akumura Foods!
You're trapped. Give it up.
Give up? Try saying that after you've taken down my company's elite soldiers. Go, my employees. Be the foundation upon which my victory is built. Now, my devoted workers. Targeting them at random won't do the trick. You have to take each one out individually. Here, target that one first. The slutty-looking woman in red.
His employees are shielding him. Let's break through and punch him right in the face.
Seriously, how useless can you all be? Whatever's become of company loyalty? Very well then. Haru! Teach our employees how to demonstrate their loyalty properly.
Yes, Father. Huh? Me?
My Haru faithfully obeys my orders. After all, she's nothing like your charlatan.
Basically, that's my father's cognitive version of me. Hey guys, don't let this get to you. Just remember, once we take Okumura down, it'll all be over. Let's wrap this up quick.
Not happening. You shouldn't have underestimated the strength of my company. Employees, fall in line. Employees, to me!
They got more?
Every problem can be solved with more manpower. That is the strength of my company.
That's not something to be proud of. The countdown's starting again. Take him down before it finishes.
Eat this!
Persona! Not finished. Let's do this! Eat this!
Persona! By the myriad truths!
Oh, damn these thieves! Chief Clerk, get in here and take care of this! Time to work! Shall we?
No way! Panther, your defense is dropped! Still, you sure showed me.
All yours!
On to the next!
Persona!
Damn it! Hey, Section Chief! Get these loudmouth brats out of my sight! Time to work! Any who disagrees with my vision will be struck down as an example.
My father's words are absolute.
That's right, Haru. One must strike the enemy while the iron is hot. Shall we?
Don't worry! Huh?
Accept it, please.
Time for my persona! Zoro! Not bad, Mona. Skull's defense is down. Get on!
Roger.
On to the next!
Persona! All will be revealed!
Ugh. Your time has arrived, Chief Director. Go forth and show them the weight of the corporate elite. Employees, to me! Accept it, please.
Joker, your defense is decreased! Take this!
Persona!
Panther, your defense is dropped!
Persona!
Come forward! My other set! You'll pay. That hurt!
Hey, what's the holdup? Can't you scrap heaps do one simple job? Enough of this! Target that one next! That bizarre black and white thing! I won't let some petty thieves stand in the company's... No, in my way!
There are no flaws in my father's logic.
That's right, Haru. One must strike the enemy while the iron is hot, shall we? Accept defeat!
Mona's defense has dropped! Eat this! Skull's
Come.
really hungry. He
By the
doesn't have the
myriad
energy to
troops.
hit hard.
It seems ordinary workers are not fit for the job. Executive Director, come to me! Employees, to me! Now then, fulfill your duty as my right-hand man. For the eternal prosperity of Okumura Food!
I need a snack. Okay.
I need sushi! Ha! Hey, are you okay? Good thinking. Persona! Go! Mona's defense has
Persona!
dropped! Want Panther's help! Panther's in bad shape!
Persona!
Watch out!
Bam!
Skull's defense is down! Persona! Ha! Thank you! Persona! Ha! Panther, your defense
Persona!
is dropped!
All will be revealed.
Hey, losing is not an option here! You carry the Okumura Foods Company name! Kill those thieves, even if it costs you your life!
Persona!
Persona! Me! Get ready! Eat this!
What? Even him? Someone! Is there anyone here? Why isn't anyone coming?
Is that the last of the minions? Let's finish him, Joker!
Damn it! If that's how it is, Haru, I command you to go forth. Show them the might of our company.
Yes, Father!
Okumura Foods will be gutted if I fall. Do you grasp the situation here, Haru?
Of course, Father!
Well, then protect me! Even if it costs you your life!
As you wish, Father! This is how my father sees me. Nothing more than a puppet that dances when ordered. This is for my father's sake.
Persona! By the myriad truths.
No!
Ah!
Witness my resolve! Ha! Oh, that's a big help!
Sorry.
Persona! Take this! Enjoy!
What's the holdup, Haru? If you don't stop them, my dreams... It seems I've no other choice. Haru! Self-destruct! Detonate and take those damn thieves with you!
No way! Okumura's even willing to sacrifice his own daughter? Everyone, let's destroy it before it can self-destruct. But Noir, that's... I am no longer my father's subservient puppet. The real me is standing right here, opposing him.
Here's your quota.
Persona! Eat this!
Even Haru couldn't stop them! I've had enough! Someone get in here! Anyone!
Father, the time's come to end this. I hope you're prepared.
Come! Ravage them! It's a step forward.
In the end, I am just one more in a lineage of failures. I will contact your fiancé and rescind the marriage offer. This may be the end for Okumura Foods. Forgive me, Haru.
Father!
You were behind all the breakdowns and mental shutdowns, weren't you?
I admit I've spent large sums of money to help my company grow, and to crush business competitors.
Answer me, damn it! Did you do it or not?
Not personally, I had a contract! All I did was make the requests to have them eliminated!
Requests? Then there really is a mysterious criminal in people's palaces after all. So it's true. What kind of contract did you form? And with whom?
Come on, stop crying and tell us!
Warning.
Damn it, why now? Mr. CEO, can't you stop that thing? Oh well. We can't just throw our lives away like this. Look, up there! We've taken your treasure. Huh? There's one more thing you need to tell us. Have you seen this criminal's face before?
Warning.
We don't
Self-destruct
got time to
imminent.
get that out of him!
We'll just have to inquire about it back in the real world.
Panther! Shouldn't we bring Father with us? Don't worry, he'll be fine. We'll end up dead if we're not out of here soon, though. Only you can follow through on your own responsibilities. That is what you've taught me, Father.
My utopia.
Will we make it?
Probably not. Actually, I think it's impossible!
We're counting on you, Mona!
Four, three, two, one. Goodbye.
My heart is still pounding. We did a great job in there.
You know, Morgana, you seemed almost normal when you took the treasure.
Oh? The truth behind the mental shutdowns remains unsolved, though. Okumura wasn't the culprit. Still, he did mention requesting people to be eliminated. He has to know who's responsible. Mom. Is this...
His treasure was a plastic model kit?
What's the matter? I remember Father telling me something before he changed. He said there was a model kit he really wanted back when he was a child. But no matter how much he begged my grandfather, he never got it.
Your family could get like 1,000 of those kits, though.
Okumura Foods has been around for generations, but it was a small company until my father took over. My grandfather was a good man, but not the best businessman. He'd even lend money with no collateral. It seems the debt collectors were a frequent presence when my father was young.
Well, that must be why. Why Okumura was so willing to pursue his own happiness at the expense of others.
Whoa! This thing's insane!
It is a staggering price. I've heard this can happen to collector's items, but still.
People are gonna pay that much for a plastic toy?
By the way, when exactly is the change of heart supposed to happen? Soon. That's all we know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens until then. Once he has his change of heart, we'll surely be able to find out who's behind the mental shutdowns.
Yes, exactly as you planned, sir. Everything. From the Phantom Thieves targeting Okumura, to them changing his heart. We've lost a convenient source of income, but I'd rather not risk his connection coming to light. Okumura was not fit for the political world to begin with. He should have just behaved himself. Of course, without fail, sir. I've requested that he handle the matter. Arrangements have been made. A sudden mental shutdown will occur at just the right time. We'll dispose of our disappointing connection and the Phantom Thieves at once. 2 birds with 1 stone.
I've actually been thinking a bit about my actions this time. I was way too worried about who I am and how I don't compare to the other members of our group. Turns out I just don't have any guts, huh? Come on, I've known you long enough. No need to be modest. I think the reason I was so hung up on wanting to be human is because I needed a goal of my own. Well, not a goal per se, but something bigger. I guess more like a reason to live. But now that I'm sure I belong with the Phantom Thieves, I know what I want to do. Do you know what it is? What else, right? I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure the Phantom Thieves succeed. In other words, our goals are in alignment. From now on, I'm not going to hold anything back. You'd better put some effort in too. Don't make me regret my choice.
All right.
Plus, I want Lady An to be happy. If my actions can help her achieve happiness, that's more than enough for me. I hope you're not thinking about how sappy all of this is. Well then. Hey!
What? How's the pressure?
Where have you been? Been searching all along, come facing while alone without love.
Oh, honey.
Hey! Oh yeah?
You take care now.
Are you serious? Wonderful. Oh.
What shall we do? Here we go. What do you think?
Leave it to me. All right.
Anyways, we're working on the Moon Confidant. Mishima says, "You know that actor I suggested as your next target? Apparently he's marrying the idol. He probably just couldn't live with himself after what he did to her. His reputation did a 180 after he announced it, though. People used to hate him, but now all everyone wants to talk about is how sweet he is." Mishima says, "At any rate, we can't oppose the will of the public. Good thing we decided not to change his heart. Support for the Phantom Thieves would have dropped if we had. I need to make sure our next target is one we can win against." I say, "You're so reliable." He says, "I mean, this is my job. I'm your producer, right?
Actually,
By the way, I came up with a plan of attack. If you really want to make you guys more famous, you need to do more than just answer requests. Right now, there's a lot of people out there doubting you and trying to influence others to do the same, so we're gonna purge them." I say, "Sounds pretty twisted."
no.
He says, "I don't plan on hurting anyone. Truth is, I looked up some of these idiots who were criticizing you and sent them warning messages. Something like, if you don't change your ways, you'll be our next target. I'll have you know it's been working wonders. They totally stopped dissing the pea thieves. There's still some people who say they don't believe, but deep down they're just afraid. Isn't this great? Plus, now that all those haters are gone, people are putting a bunch more info on the forum. Post after post of, 'Please help me.' It's so much fun." Oh boy. I say, "This isn't like you." He says, "All I did is find my own way to change people's hearts. It's above the simple stuff like producing and advertising. I can change the world. I have the strength to do that now." Oh? The bully comes up and says, "Eh?" Mishima says, "Akiyama-kun." Akiyama says, "Mishima, I haven't seen you since graduation." Mishima says, "We actually saw each other here not that long ago." He says, "Oh yeah, I guess you're right." Then he says, "Akiyama-kun," and he says, "What? Are you okay?" Akiyama says, "What do you mean? Does it look like I'm not okay?" Mishima says, "You seem quiet." Akiyama says, "Shut your mouth, Zero. I don't have time to listen to you." "Why'd you walk over and talk to us then?" Mishima says, "Zero. He acts like I'm nothing, but he still takes time to try and mess with me. I've changed, though. I'm way better than a loser like him. I heard he's been hanging out with some shady people. They're all scum. We should change their hearts for the good of society."
Oh.
Mishima says, "We can change his heart instead of that actor's. It's decided. That'll be your next target." Let's see. Where's his info? Speaking of targets, are you guys gonna come after me someday, too? I say, "Are you feeling guilty?" He says, "You're really considering it? Good joke.
See you around.
Anyway, I'm heading home. I'll send you the info later." An says he wants us to get revenge on a guy who made fun of him. He gave us another weird request too, something about an actor. Is he trying to take advantage of us? Yusuke says apparently he also threatened anyone who speaks ill of the Phantom Thieves on his forum. Perhaps we should enact a change of heart on Mishima, not this Akiyama fellow.
Wait, hold on.
Ryuji says he's not that bad. Morgana says, I guess we could find out what's happening if we manage to find a shadow. I mean, he's already worried that we're going to change his heart, right? We'll probably be able to track his shadow down in mementos. All things considered, I think our best course of action would be to defeat it and change his heart. Haru says, Mishima-kun, it feels almost wrong to consider such an option. Futaba says, we can't have him keep causing problems for us, though. Makoto says, either way, we can decide whether or not we change his heart later. For now, we must meet his shadow. I say, this is the only way. Morgana says, let's head into mementos and track his shadow down. Oh good, it's not going to make me separately go down there. So, we can just do it now. How fancy. Anyways. Oh boy. Let me see here. Basically, we told Mishima to just handle his own problems himself. But we've been summoned by Igor.
Looks like we made a great miscalculation, inmate. Contrary to our assumptions, it seems you have turned out to be quite promising.
Your powers continue to grow, as do the relationships you hold with your contractors. It seems the rehabilitation is proceeding at a fine rate. Allow me to warn you on one matter. Being at the peak may mean you are mere moments from your downfall. Unexpected situations are necessary in a game, after all.
That dream again. What the hell? I'm human. I have to be. There's no way I was born like that. I won't let myself get worked up over some dream. I'm sure everything will be clear if we can get to the depths of mementos. Well then.
Anyways, I'm gonna do tower because that's my least ranked one.
Hey!
Shinya says, there was a Phantom Thieves capsule toy machine at the shop in the back alley. You can get all kinds of stuff there. I wonder what I'll get next. Are you here to train? I say yes.
Alright! You bastard!
Shinya says, you made the same mistake last time. What are you doing? Don't you get it? You can't just shoot all over the place.
No, not like that!
Shinya says, you haven't gotten any better at all. When are you gonna learn? Shinya says, it's really late. Thanks to you taking so much time to figure it out. I say, don't compare me to you. He says, yeah, you're right. I've always been good at shooting games, but I absolutely never want to lose a gun about. So I guess I tend to get heated up about it. The employee comes in and says it's time for all the elementary school kids to go home. Do you understand? Shinya says, shut up. The employee says, do I need to call your mom? Shinya says, fine, I'll leave. I just say, what a rude employee. He says, seriously, I really wanted to keep playing. My house is boring. No one's ever there and there's nothing to do. Adults and high schoolers are lucky. They get to do whatever they want all night long. Having that much time helps you get stronger. I wish I could play all day instead of going to school. I'd never lose another game. I need to get really strong like the Phantom Thieves. I say, do you admire them? He says, of course. I want to be just as strong as they are. I believe in the Phantom Thieves and their strength. Let's see. I say, so do I. He says, that's because you're a fan like me. Seriously though, I can't stop thinking about that employee. He is super annoying. If he says something again, I might just have to use that move on him. The one I taught you, remember? We should use it sometime.
Alright.
Shinya says, well, it's just a move in the game, so it won't work against people. I wish it did, then I'd be strong in real life. I need to be able to win in real life. I'm gonna head home.
Later.
Shinya says, hey, it's me. I was bored, so I figured I'd call. I forgot to mention, you have to keep practicing. Everyone sucks at first, but you can get good if you practice every day. I say, I'll work hard. He says, you better. I'm practicing a lot too. I want to get as strong as the Phantom Thieves. My mom just came home. I gotta hang up. Bye.
Ah, you're back.
Hey, inmate!
Let's see if we can rank her up or if I need to go pay the psychic.
I see.
What's in Kichijoji? Must be justice. Let's see really quick here.
Hi.
Alright, so we'll use the psychic to move up EY, and then we'll go deal with Star.
What shall we do? Here we go.
Alright, Star. What am I thinking? Apologies for my cold or whatever the hell's going on.
Thank you. Yes. All right.
Alrighty, so looks like we went to the venue where she's going to be playing shogi, and the announcers are commenting on the gameplay. A journalist says, "Is this the end of the road for the phony princess? She's getting pushed back quite a bit. It's only a matter of time now." Hifumi doesn't seem to be doing so well. A shogi magazine editor says that was a masterful play. Perhaps her skills are the genuine article. Oh no, that's not good. The next move will surely result in checkmate. Hifumi looks troubled, and she hasn't made a move. The journalist says, "I'm thinking phony princess real defeat is the headline for our next article." Hifumi says, "I concede." She says, "I was destroyed out there. It was as if an ant had challenged an elephant." Hifumi says, "That was the first time I've ever forfeited a match. I was ashamed of myself. I didn't want to hurt the pieces any longer." Let's see. I say a very queenly decision. She says, "You remembered. One must concede with grace, maintaining dignity until the very end." I confess I'm confused. I mean, naturally I'm disappointed that I lost, but I still feel happy, as if a demon has been purged from me. The moment I realized that victory was impossible, I felt a strange peace. What's important is what I do from this point on. I played disgracefully in front of you. Perhaps you can view it as an example of what not to do. Understand that there are times which require one to forfeit with valor and grace.
All right.
Hifumi says, "I've been thinking about this for a while, but let's make today your last lesson. Spending time with you only brings me pain. So this is goodbye." Let's see. I say I want to become stronger. She says, "The things you say sometimes. Perhaps I should take a lesson from you." If that's what you wish, prepare yourself. Your training will be quite intensive. There may be things I can learn from you as well. I suppose this is a friendly rivalry for both of us as irreplaceable friends. And she says, "Let's go home." Anyways, she says, "Thanks for coming." And various other terminologies for shogi, which all are meaningless to me. I say, "That's a great way to see it." She says, "Thanks. It's encouraging to have someone who understands me." Alright, I should go. I look forward to seeing you again. Let's see here. Futaba says, did you see that limited edition model? They're so high quality. Way better than the cheapos. I don't know if I care about this. Yeah, whatever. They added a lot of non-story, like multiple interaction things.
You're back.
And they're just kind of boring, so I'm just skipping them. That works, I guess. Let's see. Let's work on Hanged Man. Kaoru says, my dad's really late. He's the one who asked us here too. It's pretty rare for him to invite people out. He must see something in you. And by the way, has he said anything about me weighing him down? Let's see. I said nothing even close. Kaoru says he's been acting weird recently. More than anything, he seems stressed out. I've even heard him mentioning my name on the phone a few times. But every time I ask him about it, he says there's nothing to worry about. It makes me feel anxious. I mean, we're supposed to be a family. Kaoru says, I'm not sure if you know this, but he's not my real father. He took me in after my parents died in a crash. Apparently he was a good friend of theirs. I can't remember a single thing about them, though. I wonder if my dad even considers me to be a part of his family. I say, he definitely does. Kaoru says, you think so? Now that I think about it, have you ever seen his tattoo? The gecko on his neck? The truth is, I have a really bad scar in the same spot from my parents' car crash. Back when I was a kid, everyone picked on me for it. My dad would come home to find me in tears. That's why he got that tattoo. He said it could be the new Awai family crest. I did some research on geckos, and it turns out they symbolize protecting one's home and family. I'd almost forgotten about that. Maybe he cares about me more than I realize.
Yo.
Awai says, sorry for the holdup. You two look like you're having fun. What you talking about? I just say, that's a secret. He says, looks like you two are getting along.
Sorry.
I can't stay long. I have a couple errands. I figured it'd be nice to at least drop by instead of telling you over the phone. Kaoru says, what errands, or can you not tell me? Awai says, what do you mean? It's just work stuff. Isn't that right? I just say, you should buy us something.
Yo.
He says, that's not a bad idea. Order anything you want, it's on me. Kaoru says, okay. Awai says, by the way, I'm almost done figuring out what happened with that deal. I'm gonna meet up the guy now. I'll have to fill you in on some details next time. Anyways, it's all thanks to you. Having a reliable part-timer really helps. Anyways, leveled up.
Alright.
The Hangman Arcana, anyway. Kaoru says, you're not getting involved in anything dangerous, right? Awai says, of course not.
Later.
Anyway, I'm out of here. Hang on to my wallet, Kaoru. Eat as much as you want. Kaoru says, see you at home. See you at home. Awai says, thanks for hanging out with Kaoru. And with you covering for me, I got some business done too. Looks like you guys hit it off. Glad to see that you're getting along well. I say he's my age, so it comes naturally. Awai says, I was kind of hoping when I asked you to handle this. To be honest though, things that went even better than I expected. Well, anyway, I figured I was getting some security, but that's not all you're good for. He's hitting that age where he has to figure out a lot, some of which I'm sure he won't talk to me about. I'm kind of hoping you can help him with that. We'll talk again later. See ya. Oh boy. Texty textos. Too many textaroos.
Hey.
Anyways.
Yo! Hey! Aw, what?
Let's see if we can get her to move up a rank. If it's just like another frivolous thing, I don't want to hang out with her right now.
Yo! Hey! Alright!
Let me see here. Yeah, I have to hang out with her the whole day if I want her to move forward. So that's not ideal.
Ah, you're back.
Ugh, these freaking text messages are stupid. Over it. Anyways, we're gonna work on tower then. Let me see here. I asked Shinya if something happened and he says, not really. Today's training will be a lecture. If you pay for my meal, I'll let you have the course for free. I say, okay. He says, I get my meal, you get your training, and we're both happy. Stop wasting time and let's go get some food. Shinya says, I'm stuffed. I gotta eat good because I'm fighting a war. Didn't I tell you I've been having serious battles with kids at school? They attack me in large numbers, so I can't let my guard down. All they did today was throw erasers at me, but I won that round. I said, are they bullying you? He says, it's a war. I'm on the defensive right now, but I'm looking for a chance to counterattack. I could finish them in a second if I wanted to. It's just that now's not the right time.
Aww.
It gets kind of annoying having to watch my back all the time, though. Maybe I can ask the Phantom Thieves to take care of them. Anyways, a kid in the next stall is crying, and the mother says, your food's here. Today you lost, so that means you have to try harder next time. Now eat up and feel better. The kid says, you're not mad? The mom says, of course not, you did your best. Now no more crying.
Wrong.
Shinya says, what a joke, once you lose it's over. That's what my mom told me. My mom's fighting with my school about how classes are taught, the way teachers treat students, the size of the classes.
Hey.
Since the divorce, my mom's been taking care of me all by herself. She says it's exhausting. She leaves really early in the morning to go to work, and she comes home really late to take care of me. It's no wonder she demands so much from the school. But all of my classmates make fun of her and call her a complainer. When I tell them to stop, they call me a mama's boy. That's how this whole thing started. My mom gets made fun of because I'm weak. That's why I gotta get stronger. Let's see. We just say, that's the spirit.
Thanks.
He says, the Phantom Thieves would laugh at me if I lost now, but I've got a long way to go. Before I forget, I need you to show me something. Don't tell anyone else about this, but I'll show you a guaranteed way to win. Shinya says, I wish I could be a member of the Phantom Thieves and help them defeat bad guys. It's kind of late. I guess I should go home.
Later.
Anyways, he calls me, thanks us for the food, says we should hang out again next time. And I say sure. He says thanks. He says it's been a while since I went out to eat with anyone but my mom. Next time, let's get a hamburger.
You're back.
Anyways, tomorrow is the deadline for the thingy. Let's see. I think I don't need to go running around. But just to be safe, I'm gonna check and see if there's any more books I can buy. And just like run through the different parts of town really quick. Let's see. Want to make sure I have all the games and all that sort of thing. I know I have the PC. I have the PC repair tools.
What do you want?
Alright, so that place is fine. Let's check out Jinbocho.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, honey.
Let's see this.
Hey. Oh yeah?
You take care now. What do you want?
Yep.
I think I still have a DVD. Let's check, just to be safe though.
Welcome.
Check out this. Alrighty. Anyways, I don't think there's anything else I need to check. Let's check. Oh yeah, I meant to go to Station Square. Here we go. So we're gonna work on Sun right now.
Good evening. Let's say we head on over.
And then after this there'll be a lot of story. Anyways, we're at a restaurant and Benzo says the government's overall approval rating is dangerously low. Yoshida says I'll proceed with caution, considering that the grandson of my former teacher is showing me kindness. Benzo says, yes, well, I'd like to discuss a personal matter. Allow me to be frank. I will be running for my grandfather's seat in the coming election. Yoshida says, I see, congratulations. Benzo says, I held a low-level position in the party's executive offices, but I'm new to the candidacy. So I was hoping you could educate me on how to run an election campaign.
However,
Yoshida says, I was planning on running myself, and I don't believe that I'm qualified to teach you. Benzo says, I've heard that you've been working harder than anyone else these past 20 years. Yoshida says, I did have a lot of free time after I lost the election. Study is all an amateur can do. Benzo says, amateur? You're a veteran, if anything. Besides, you have experience teaching him, right? Benzo says, your reputation has greatly improved around the executive office recently, and my grandfather has expressed his intent on making peace with you. Yoshida says, I'd be happy to bury the hatchet with Mr. Kuramoto, but I'm not worthy to join his group again. Benzo says, I thought you would find these conditions favorable. Benzo continues, so I ask that you keep what I'm about to tell you a secret. Yoshida says, could you give us a moment? Benzo says, no, I can... It's okay for him to hear this. Yoshida says, wait a moment. Is your plan to involve him so that I can't decline? Benzo says, I simply trust his discretion. He continues, the Kuramoto group is planning to move forward with a political realignment. Yoshida says, are you saying that you're gonna succeed from the Liberal Co-Prosperity Party? Benzo says, with a government in a weakened state, now's our chance. As such, I want to emphasize our unity.
I see.
Yoshida says, so you've come to me, a former member of the Kuramoto children, but my views differ from those of the Kuramoto group, and I don't intend on changing them. Benzo says, I understand. However, you won't be able to put those beliefs into action if you don't get elected. Benzo says, Rabbit, could you talk some sense into him? You'll benefit as well. Let's see. I just say you should decline. Yoshida says, you think so too, huh? Not intimidated by the grandson of a big-time Diet member. Yoshida says, I appreciate your offer, but I respectfully decline. Benzo says, so you're okay with being no good Tora forever? I just said, call him Mr. Yoshida. Yoshida says, Rabbit? Benzo says, looks like you chose the wrong politician to follow. And I say, I still believe in him. Yoshida says, try to understand that he has his own system of beliefs. Benzo says, my apologies, I made a slip of the tongue, and in front of your secretary no less. I don't need an answer right away. If you want to show deference to my grandfather, please let me know. I already took care of the bill, so enjoy. Now, if you'll excuse me. Yoshida says, what's the point in getting elected if it means sacrificing your beliefs? I bet when push came to shove, Kuramoto-kun intended to lure you in. He probably didn't expect me to remain so calm after he showed his trump card. I feel surprisingly at ease whenever you're with me, like that time with Matsushita.
I apologize.
I'm truly indebted to you for all that you've done for me, but I must ask that you continue to help. Anyways, the Sun Arcana has leveled up once again.
Alright.
Yoshida says, you know, from the way he was acting, I swear Kuramoto-kun was hiding something.
We'll go home.
My apologies, we're done eating, so let's go home.
Well then, I'll see you again.
Oh boy, more useless trivia. That's apparently a boba, whatever the hell that is.
All right, that's it for today.
It's finally lunchtime. Man, I'm really in the mood for some bread today.
Hey, can I speak with you for a moment? So about Dr. Maruki's counseling. You've already gone to see him, right? I see. That's good then. I'm sure you're aware, but Dr. Maruki's term here will be ending pretty soon. The higher-ups told me to make sure you've received adequate counseling. Be sure to visit him so you don't bring any unwanted attention to yourself, okay?
Counseling, eh? But anyway, let's go get lunch. Bring on the bread!
Senpai, so nice to see you. I've been doing quite well. Are you also about to eat lunch, Senpai? If it's all right with you, would you mind eating together?
Ah, how nice to see you two together.
Oh, would you like to join us for lunch, Dr. Maruki? We were just discussing eating together.
Are you sure? Well, maybe I will tag along then. Is that your lunch, Yoshizawa-san? That doesn't really...
I have to eat this much to stay active. I always burn through everything I eat. From my point of view, it's your two lunches that are the issue here. If you're going to strengthen your body, you have to eat right. You should really work on your diets.
Touche. And you're right, yours does look nutritious. You know, you seem to be giving off a different vibe lately.
Yes, I was able to put my problems in the past and move on.
Ah, so that's what it is. You don't seem to be overexerting yourself either.
I'm sorry I'd worried you.
Oh, not at all. It's wonderful to hear how you've been. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised. If you don't mind my asking, was there some kind of reason for this breakthrough?
Well, it's all thanks to him and his acquaintances. I suppose you could say they gave me a reason to rethink things. Or, more like, a reason to stand up to my problems. Isn't that right, Senpai?
Stand up to your problems, eh? You've grown to be very strong, Yoshizawa-san.
Mm-hmm. I'm totally over it now. Sorry for talking so much. Why don't we focus on our lunches? Thanks for the food! Oh, I forgot. I have PE next. I should get going. Please excuse me.
Yoshizawa-san really does seem to have found her footing. She seemed absolutely tormented about her situation just the other day. I have to say, this drastic change has really knocked me for a loop. Perhaps the Phantom Thieves changed her heart? I was just joking. Looks like time's up. You should head back to class as well. See you around.
So you're the one who grew these, Senpai?
You can just call me Haru. The seasons are changing soon, so I thought it'd be nice for the plants to change as well. This time, it's a Yusuke Kitagawa production.
All I did was add some... how do I put it? Aesthetic simplicity by balancing the color placement. Furthermore, Haru chose the flowers herself. It will surely be a great bed no matter the arrangement.
I'm looking forward to it. Why don't we plant you, Mona? Weren't you a shut-in until just recently? You'd better photosynthesize while you're here. Well, let's get started.
Perhaps the Snapdragon should go 2 more millimeters to the left.
That's not gonna make a difference.
Hey, you know how we're thinking of the school festival as our celebration party? Anyone else think we should have a real celebration on top of that?
I must agree. It would be not only a celebration, but a welcoming as well. I'd like to do something among ourselves.
Let's do it then! A joint party to celebrate and to welcome Haru!
Oh, you don't have to do that. The school festival is more than enough. How is everyone else supposed to get excited if the star of the party's not into it? Well then, how about a night party at Destinyland?
By Destinyland, do you mean that Kingdom of Dreams?
It would be a bit late, but there are some plans that allow us to rent out the park for the night.
The entire park? You're talking about the Destinyland, right?
Didn't you say you'd like to do something amongst ourselves?
I did, but
Hold on, I'll go check.
She really thinks like a celebrity.
What the heck's she gonna check?
Guys, it looks like it will work.
We're really gonna have it at Destinyland? Not like one of the restaurants, but the entire park?
Even just for one night, the price is insane. Oh, that won't be a problem. We had originally booked it for a company party, then had to call it off because of the scandal. We'd barely get anything back if we cancel the reservation, so why not take advantage of it?
wouldn't that be oddly conspicuous, though?
It's still officially under the company's name. We needn't worry.
In that case, let's do this. We'll just celebrate twice as hard today.
I'm sorry for disrupting everyone. You did come to help me after all. Well, let's get back to it.
So, seriously, how much does it cost? For real?
That was delicious.
The food was arranged on my plate as though it were paint on a canvas.
The staff brought out this table and food just for us, huh?
I thought if we were going to dine together, it would be better to do it somewhere with a view.
The VIP life is incredible! Not that I'd expect anything else from a private rental.
There really is no one else here.
We are the rulers of the Kingdom of Dreams.
Is this lighting just for our sake as well?
That's right.
It's beautiful.
It's not as beautiful as you. That's the kind of stuff couples say, right?
Almost anyone would fall for that line in front of a site like this.
Lady An, this view is not as beautiful as...
Come on, you guys are getting way too excited about this stuff.
You say that like you're not tapping into your inner child too, Ryuji.
This is just because Futaba kept nagging me to put him on.
I did not.
You said something like that. What was that?
My, this is so heartwarming.
Honestly, I would have liked to see the parade as well. But given how sudden the request was, they couldn't get enough staff together to do it.
Perhaps that will have to wait until next time.
Either way, this party's totally the best one so far. It's freaking amazing!
I'm glad to see you're enjoying it. Be careful, Haru. You've shown these guys what luxury means. This'll really raise the bar for our next celebration party.
You're already talking about our next party? Don't you think that's somewhat premature?
Seriously!
And that party will be for me! Still, how do I put this? I met Mona-chan. I got to know you all. Isn't everything going a little too perfectly? It's actually a bit frightening. You worry too much. I must just be overly cautious because of my circumstances up till recently. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
Hey, isn't it almost time? You know, for the press conference?
Oh, perfect timing!
Father.
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to gather here. Today, I'd like to elaborate upon the whole truth behind my company's labor situation. How my employees were forced to work under severe conditions. How lax we were with sanitation. And how my corporation acted as a whole to cover up every facet of this scandal. For all of this, I wholeheartedly apologize.
So are you saying all of this was done under your orders?
Yes, I am solely responsible.
We heard that dozens of your employees were forced to resign due to mysterious illness. Furthermore, these happened to be officials who stood against your proposal for overseas expansion. The same thing also happened to executives at competing companies who were looking to expand abroad. Is all of this true?
Yes.
Was it all coincidence? We'd like some answers.
About that, I have a critical piece of information to announce here today.
Here it comes. Okumura is going to say who's really behind the mental shutdowns.
Okumura-san?
Father? Why did he collapse?
That didn't look right at all. Don't tell me.
Mona-chan, what's going on? No, that's impossible. You're right. We followed all the same steps. We made sure we just took the treasure, too. I should call home.
This isn't our fault, is it? It's been okay all 4 times so far, ever since Kamoshida.
If we let the shadow live, the real person won't undergo mental shutdown, right?
That's how it should work.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
What's wrong?
This is the same. I remember now. It's just like what happened to my mom.
So this is the moment when mental shutdown occurs.
But why did they target Okumura-san?
Damn it! What the hell's going on here?
I have to go. I'll talk to the staff before I leave. Feel free to take your time.
Haru!
This ain't our fault, right?
I'd like to think so.
Some welcoming party, huh?
I'll get in contact with Haru later. But for today, I think we should all return home.
It's been a while. What are you watching? That's...
This is just a hypothesis, but perhaps Okumura was bitten by his lapdog.
Are you implying that the Phantom Thieves triggered a sudden mental shutdown on Okumura?
There might have been a falling out of sorts, so the Phantom Thieves abandoned a useless employer. And to cover their tracks, they dealt with Okumura.
I hate to bring this up, but I'm actually here about that.
Did you find any evidence?
No. Actually, there's a chance that the party behind these aren't the Phantom Thieves, but someone else.
How do you mean? You were suspecting the Phantom Thieves as well.
It is still hypothetical at this point, but I don't want to rule it out.
We're searching the Okumura residence tomorrow. Same with Shujin and its principal. We will find evidence on this, no matter what it takes. By the way, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes?
You haven't looked at my laptop or taken files from it without my permission, have you?
That's quite out of the blue.
There were traces that someone transferred data from it. It was only a small error pop-up, but I noticed it immediately after I had that argument with you last month.
And that's why you suspect me? Oh, please, give me a break.
Are you saying you didn't?
As a detective myself, I honor the value of information, as well as the effort invested in it. I take pride in what I do. I thought you, of all people, would understand such values, Sai-san.
I apologize. But then, who stole my data? I let my guard down. They're mine. I'm the one who will catch them.
No. Let's go to bed. No way. Nice.
On your feet, inmate. Our master has an important matter to discuss with you. Heed his words well.
First, I'd like to congratulate you for expelling the one proud of their greed. Or so I'd like to say, but something odd seems to have happened. I know this, of course. However, what of the general public? It seems a contingency has occurred. At this rate, your rehabilitation cannot be completed, though I doubt that will be the case. I truly look forward to seeing how you overcome this predicament.
All right.
We shall meet again.
Time's up, inmate. Hurry up and return to your world.
Is that true?
Listen this time, okay?
We haven't found anything useful as evidence.
I see.
We were hoping to find something more than the calling card, too.
We've confirmed the victim's connection to the Phantom Thieves, at least. Thank you for your cooperation.
Speaking? Huh? They found a calling card in the principal's office, too.
I'm sorry to ask again, but your father hadn't said anything about the Phantom Thieves, correct?
That's right.
Please contact me if something catches your attention. It doesn't matter how trivial it seems. You don't have to force yourself, though. Just anything that comes to mind.
The principal? No one told me about that.
So basically, your group didn't go after Okumura's life. And even the death of Shujin's principal, who we found a calling card for, was the work of another. You don't sound like you're lying. If you wanted to deceive me, you could have easily woven up a much simpler lie than this metaverse. Moreover, your account coincides with my own investigation. Is that even possible if it were made up? And I hate to admit, but with my line of work, I know a false testimony when I hear one. Still, if you set your sights on Okumura based on my intel, it'd be before his name was even ranked. You could have ignored him and targeted some other famous person. Why would you go so far as to further investigate and pursue this criminal? Simple enough. There's still no proof that another suspect exists. That said, it's safe enough to say that you aren't the murdering type. But with the subsequent deaths of Okumura and Shujin's principal, the public's opinion changed. Pressed to prove your innocence, your next objective was... What's the matter? Is it a side effect? What in the world did the police inject into you? Hey, can you hear me? You need to stay focused. Don't scare me like that. If what you're saying is true, you must tell your side of the story to the end. We'll both be in trouble if your testimony becomes unreliable. Well then, let's move on. At last we arrive at your most recent crime. You know what I mean, don't you? This calling card was delivered to your latest target. The one you had decided would prove your innocence. It was addressed to Sae Nijima. Myself. Now, explain everything to me.
Hey. Hey! 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 Hey!
All right.
Hey!
All right.
Make sure you close up.
All right.
With this, preparations are finally in place. The public has praised them as allies of justice before they strike them back to the ground. Now then, she'll be next. Yes, I've already spoken to Human Resources about it. It will be a heavy responsibility, but I'm certain it'd be an honor for her. The culprits behind the mental shutdown cases she's been pursuing all this time. Indeed. They'll become the criminals we've set them up to be, just as you instructed.
We must build a society in which the young can be hopeful of a brighter tomorrow, and...
It's so damn loud.
Where's Haru?
She's the one that called us, so she'll show up eventually.
Well, even though things have calmed down, she must be occupied with what happened to her father. Wait, what?
What's up?
People are posting that we killed President Okumura!
So it's begun already.
What?
Think about it. The CEO collapsed the way he did during an apology conference that our group caused.
Still! They were raving about us so much, and now they just treat us like murderers?
What a lightning-fast change of attitude.
They don't know a damn thing about our situation.
Calm down. Not everyone is necessarily saying that.
But there's no way to vindicate ourselves.
Haru! I'm sorry I'm late. I'm the one who asked you all to make time for me, too. My condolences. Must be rough. I'm okay now. I called everyone together because there was something worrying me. Did you all target the principal?
Huh? The principal? You mean ours?
Yes. What makes you say that? Yesterday, a public prosecutor came to my home. It was a woman named Nijima-san.
That's...
I overheard her saying a calling card was found in the principal's office. Considering that this was right after what happened, it's got to be Shujin's.
It's the first I've heard of it!
Doesn't this all seem weird to you? It may just be my imagination, but I feel as if things are escalating far too quickly after President Okumura's incident.
What do you mean?
Perhaps we may have been set up by the real culprit.
For real?
That could be.
Then we need to catch them as soon as possible.
Hold a moment. Can we assume we've been set up, though? We don't even know their objective.
What else are we supposed to do then?
Let's all calm down for a moment. From what Haru said, even the police are suspecting that the Phantom Thieves are murderers. It wouldn't be wise to carelessly make a move at the moment. We need to act as normal students for now. In addition, we have midterms next week.
Exams? At a time like this? I envy you, Futaba. Futaba?
Got something on my mind. Gonna go home and look into it.
I wonder what that could be. At any rate, we need to behave and not draw attention to ourselves. Understood? For real? Hey!
Make sure you close up.
Nice.
All right.
It's rained so much.
It's raining? Later.
There's no one here. Hey.
Hey, Doctor. Does it matter who likes someone first?
What are you talking about?
There's a boy I like, but my friend told me that I have to let her have him because she liked him first.
Oh, that's not true.
Really? Then why did she say that?
Likely because she's jealous of you. Just be careful because it might result in pandemonium.
Pandemonium?
That girl's gotten a lot better. So much so, in fact, that now she's gossiping. She even comes in on days she doesn't have to. It appears she's nearly fully recovered. Which reminds me, the new medicine will be completed soon. Your data has been extremely helpful due to your generic body type and bland health history. You've been a splendid guinea pig. I mean, participant. So, thanks again. By the way, how have I been doing? Have I been helpful? For your escapades with the Phantom Thieves, I mean. Come on, you and I both know that you were lying about needing to prepare for the entrance exams. I visited Oyamata in jail. A swing of fortunes like that could have only come at the hands of the Phantom Thieves. And to have it happen when it did, isn't the only logical conclusion to think that it's you? Well, I don't care. The point is that without you, I wouldn't have been able to complete my mission. I would have never finished the new medicine while I was being deceived by Oyamata, and I would have never met any of the townspeople. I bet the Phantom Thieves save people in need, just like doctors do, huh? So, I'll go out on a limb for you. I'll have even more powerful medicine ready for you. I trust that you'll use them appropriately.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of death, granting thee infinite power.
All right. All right.
I'm not gonna give them to you for free, though. So you better make some money in the name of justice. Now go. Take care.
Yo. Next time, then. Next time, then.
What shall we do?
Here we go.
What do you think?
Oh, honey.
Well then.
Anyways, we're working on Devil Arcana. Oya says, I'm so tired thanks to that quota from my shithead chief. I made progress on my personal investigation though. I did research on the Phantom Thieves. I'm starting to get the impression they might be the real deal. No signs of an internal power struggle, dirty money changing hands, etc. It seems like this recent negative press was fabricated. There's no proof to support the claims, and I mean, you're still a fan, right? Honestly, the more I get to know them, the better I understand them. I can relate to their sincerity. They remind me of how I used to be. I already know firsthand that fighting the evils of society is a never-ending thankless job, but I still do it nonetheless. I bet the Phantom Thieves share that same type of passion. Lala says, I never thought I'd hear you talk about passion, Ichiko. Maybe all this talk about the Phantom Thieves has influenced you, or maybe it's just the kid. Oya says, maybe. I mean, he is a pretty big fan of theirs, so... And then she receives a call. Oya says, yep, that's me. What? You found Kaio? Where is she? What do you mean? You can't tell me. Why not? What's going on? Let's see... I just say, what was that about? Oya says, that was one of my journalist friends. He thinks he found Kaio. He followed up on a pretty far-fetched string of rumors for me, but now he's saying he doesn't want to get involved. What the heck is going on? I can't give up now. Lala says, at least there's been progress made. Anyways, the chief walks in and says, stop right there. Oya says, huh? The chief says, I knew it. You've been looking into Kaio's case behind my back. Not anymore. I've cut off all your resources. I suggest you drop the investigation if you don't want to face consequences. Oya says, you're the one who pressured my contact to keep quiet. Chief says, I told you this is where your wild goose chase ends. And I'll be doubling your quota again. No more of this personal investigation. Got it? Oya says, what, are you trying to kill me? Lala says, hey now, Mr. Chief, can you really do that? The chief says, I don't think anyone asked for your opinion, bitch. Listen to me, give it up unless you want to end up just like that stupid friend of yours. Oya says, don't talk about Kaio like that. Oya says, if you ever think about talking shit on her again, I'll beat the crap out of you. Chief says, whoa, hold on. Lala says, take back everything you said or it's gonna get even worse. The chief says, it's too late now. The higher-ups decided to put the incident to rest, and that's what we're doing. Do you understand? Lala says, that spineless little bastard. Oya says, this had to happen just as I got a new lead. What should I do? Should I knock him out? Let's see. I say, don't let him provoke you. She says, I know, I'd be playing right into his hands if I let him get to me. I need to stay calm. I can't give him a reason to fire me. Just stay calm and think. An even greater quota is going to be a problem, but I can't give up now. I won't stop fighting. I'll prove it to you with another great article. Anyways.
All right.
007. Oya says, I'm still frustrated. All that stuff you said is really getting to me. I wish I was better at controlling my emotions. I just say, you're charming as you are. She says, nobody's said anything like that to me before. Lala says, more importantly, how are you going to manage having your quota doubled? Oya says, I'll work twice as hard. I should be fine as long as I keep getting good info from my favorite source.
Give me some news.
That reminds me, let me hear about today's scoop. Anyways, as per usual, you get the post follow-up call, and it's literally just a recap, so no point in getting too far into that. Alright, there doesn't seem to be much story stuff coming up for a little bit.
This sucks.
It's mostly confidants and midterms and such. So as soon as I get to a spot where I can save, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then upload this video, and I will likely be back later on today to do more. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.